What's going on with your YouTube? It's your boy King Cobra back at you with another video. Now, I do apologize for not being on YouTube for quite some time. Sometimes I'll take a break from YouTube to get the creative juices flowing again. But in this case, I was kind of upset with YouTube, so I just said, nah. Pretty much was like, man, you know what I'm saying? Well, I just shaved my goatee so I could regrow it because it was uneven on one side. And now it's growing back in quite nicely. Over trimmed this thing too, and it's like, damn it. This facial hair, it'll grow back, yeah. Got me a bowl of vanilla pipe tobacco going. Let me tell you something about dating in a small town. It sucks. There are no words to mince what I have to say. Dating in a small ass town sucks. People can be so judgmental. They don't even know your side of the story. They just agree with whatever they fucking hear. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to dating and finding the right girl, I have a lot more patience than most people have. Some people are just in such a goddamn hurry to go out and find relationships that in the long run, they'll end up unhappy in their relationship because they were in a rush to go out and find somebody. Me, on the other hand, I get rejected a lot. There's no denying that. When you get told no by every girl you like, eventually you quit trying because you already know the answer. And you learn to focus and do your own thing. And if the opportunity presents itself, then it presents itself. It's bad enough I get, side comments from people on social media accusing me of things. But then you get people here in town saying the same thing, and it's just like, you people can shut the fuck up, you know? I get comments from people calling me gay and shit, and it's like, they don't even know my story. You know, this is just our double standards in our society. If a woman takes a break from dating, oh, she's independent, and blah, blah, blah. But if a man takes a break from dating, he's questioning his sexuality. Fuck that shit. I am so sick and tired of double standards in our society. They suck. There's no need for them. They're an absolute waste of time, and they piss people off. And unfortunately, in a lot of smaller towns, people are closed minded and judgmental and mean to each other. And a lot of the couples in this town just come off as really fake. Act like they're the ones with the happiest relationship in town. And it's just this phony persona they put off. And it's so fake and I can see through it, and I just ignore it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, they want to pretend like their relationship's perfect when it's not. That's their problem, not mine. And lately, whenever I've been rejected by women, my attitude has been, that's their loss, not mine. You know, it's just one of those things, YouTube, because eventually, if it does happen, you find the right girl in your life and everything just falls into place like it's supposed to. You know, it's a wonderful feeling. You know, all these smug assholes that make their fucking comments about you because they think they're being funny, or they're just basing that off of rumors they heard, you know, just so you can rub it in their fucking faces like, look what I did, you know, look what I got, you know. But it's more than that, you know. And then I see things that defy all logic. I've seen some ugly ass dudes in this town with some smoking hot chicks for girlfriends, and it always boggles my mind. You know, I see an attractive specimen such as myself, and I think, what does that ugly son of a bitch have that I don't? And sometimes it doesn't do any good to question it. Because you try to question it, and you're just going to be sitting there scratching your head going, that don't make no damn sense. And unfortunately, there are some people out there, such as myself, who have a hard time socially with the opposite sex. And there's a combination of things in play here. One, it's my good looks, and two, it's my Asperger's. The combination of the two, one actually helps, the other one, not so much. We've all been there, you know. You see an attractive member of the opposite sex at a bar somewhere, and you want to go talk to that person and make yourself seem relevant in today's world and interesting, to say the least. But you find yourself having that mental conversation with yourself inside your head, like, damn, that person's fine. I want to go talk to that person. Yeah, I want to take that person home and go talk to that person. Just do it. Just do it. Nah, I'm not attractive enough for that person to want to talk to me. Maybe just some more liquid courage. Maybe that'll help. So you sit there, you order a couple more drinks, and you're still having that conversation a couple drinks later inside your head. You're just like, you know, and you're trying not to look like you're creeping, you know, but you're surveying the scene, and I've done that before several times. And then eventually, after a couple of drinks, if I survey the scene long enough, usually she's got somebody with her. It doesn't take long to notice, you know. See, I end up just sitting by myself and drinking unless I'm with friends of mine. And lately, I've just gotten into the habit of drinking at home or with friends at their places because it's easier. It's less headache. I don't really like drinking in a bar too much anymore. And there's a good reason why I don't like drinking in bars. as often as I used to. Which is because going out to the bar can be expensive sometimes. And I'm not much of a social person. Like I'll get into crowds of people and I'm just sitting there doing my thing. And I feel out of place, YouTube. When I'm in a large crowd of people in a bar somewhere drinking, I feel like I'm out of place. And it's just easier to drink at home. It's less social anxiety on my part. You know. Going back to what I said earlier about how attractive people can be intimidating, a lot of women don't even come up and talk to me because of how good looking I am. They're just like, okay, who is this dude? And I thought it was just because of my Asperger's and I come off as creepy. That's why I thought a lot of women don't even approach me. And when I was talking to one of my female friends here in town about the situation, she completely changed my outlook on it. She said, it's not because you're creepy, it's because you're good looking, and a lot of women are intimidated by that. And at first I was like, what? No, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? And then she put things into perspective. She goes, have you ever been to a bar and you wanted to talk to a chick, but you couldn't because you thought she was too good looking? And when she said it like that, I was like, that makes perfect sense. And which is weird because, I can post a video to social media and most of the time not even care what people think or say about it. Just kind of like, here's the video, you don't like it, whatever. I do find myself to be a bit more social when I've had a couple drinks. I will say that, I find it's easier to talk to women when I've had a little bit of alcohol in my system. And for the simple fact is that, you know, when you're on alcohol of some sort, it helps you loosen up a bit and not be so, your normal self. And most women who have taken the time to look past my Asperger's and actually got to know me a little bit, they like hanging around me. They say I'm pretty chill to hang around. But a lot of women will reject me because they have high standards. And I'm not going to get pissed off at women for having high standards because, well, that would make me a hypocrite to say the least. Should I feel guilty about having standards, YouTube? And the answer is no, because everybody has standards. I might try to squeak in a cooking video sometime this weekend. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know, we'll see. Now, I deleted my chicken frying video because the chicken didn't turn out perfect. And there were a couple of things I didn't like in the videos that I posted, so yeah. Now, when people are making comments about you that aren't even true, what do? You know, you ignore it for the most part, and if people confront you on it, you tell them how it is, and then you move on with your life. Like, on the legit though, next month will be my 1 year mark. And in 1 whole year without sex, without any physical companionship at all, like nothing. And not by choice, mind you, it's just shitty circumstances, you know. As I said at the beginning of the video, dating in a small town sucks. A lot of people have said, Josh, you need to get the fuck out of Casper, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I'm kind of stuck here for the moment, you know. And the only thing I can do is make the best of it, you know. When you got, yeah. When you got shitty circumstances, sometimes the best thing you can do is to try to make the best of it. But when you cannot remember the last time you've had an actual girlfriend, let alone the last time you've had sex, if you can't remember any of that, you're like, you know, how do you make the best of that? Like, when you've craved female attention for so long and you can't very easily get it, how the fuck do you make the best of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people would be miserable in those circumstances. And if you're craving attention from the opposite sex and you can't get it very easily, and after a while you either learn to not care as much or it destroys you, in all honesty. When, yeah. Hold on a second. I'm gonna plug my phone into the back of my computer. 1 second. There we go. You know, how do you make the best of being lonely? Because being lonely sucks. YouTube. It really does. Like, it's like being a smoker and craving a cigarette, and it's always just out of your grasp, metaphorically speaking, you know. Or a more accurate metaphor would be, it's like teasing a hungry dog with a steak. That's a more accurate metaphor. Every dog on the block is eating a juicy fucking steak, gnawing down on it, enjoying it. They look happy, they look content. But you're the one dog on the block that doesn't get to have steak. And there's somebody standing over you like, oh, you want the steak? Jump for it. You want the steak? And it's always just out of your grasp. Jump for it. Oh, not high enough. Jump for it. Who wants the steak? Who wants the juicy steak? Jump for it. Jump for that juicy steak. Oh, out of your reach. But that doesn't answer the question. How do you make the best of being in a small town and being lonely and stuck in shitty circumstances when it comes to dating? You have to learn not to care, period. You know, you have to learn to do things for yourself and play it cool. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you're going to be fucking miserable. You know? That's just the honest truth of it. That literally the only source of female touch you get in your life is when a girl accidentally brushes up against you, or the occasional hug from a friend when she's like, "Oh my God, Josh, haven't seen you forever. Come here, give me a big hug." Aw. I mean, it's pathetic, but there you go. You know, and I'm not going to sit here and bitch about it. No, quite the contrary. Literally, the only thing you can do to make the best of that situation is, like I said, not to let it affect you. And when you got people making comments about you that aren't true, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up fuck them. What is this infernal contraption I hold in my lap? It's got some sort of wires running across it. Oh, it's a guitar. Wow. Now, one advantage to being single, oh, there's several advantages actually. There's several advantages to being single. It's less drama in your life. Quite often, this isn't always the case, but sometimes when you're dating somebody, you get your friends or her friends saying they don't like you or they don't like her or whatever, or, you know, concerned parents, "Oh, I don't like who you're choosing to be with," you know, stupid shit like that. There's less chance of STDs, there's less chance of pregnancy, and the only side effect is loneliness and depression, and, you know, which is a pretty fair trade, to be honest. I seem to be in a C-like tuning. One second. And really, when you've gone a whole year without sex practically, you start to realize that you don't need it in life to be happy. They really don't, you know? No, because it completely defies all logic, YouTube. It really does. How is it that a sexy guitar player such as myself, you know, struggles on the dating scene? It does. It defies all rational logic. Excuse me. Because you think to yourself, okay, that's kind of counterintuitive to what society says. According to society, chicks are supposed to dig bad boy gothic musicians who are attractive. And yet, I don't feel so attractive. You get turned down all the time, you don't feel so attractive. That's just truth right there, you know. But all I can do, like I said, is be patient, you know. The right girl to pop into your life isn't going to just happen overnight. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. When it comes to finding a relationship, you have to be patient. People who rush into relationships are quite often very unhappy in the long run with their decision because they didn't take their time to see what was out there. They just rushed right into it, you know. Well, I suppose when you're out of cigarettes, pipe tobacco is, after all, better than nothing. Boom. Hmm. Hmm. I do enjoy smoking a pipe. That's quite delicious. Usually, and this is how it usually happens for a lot of people, but for me, most chicks don't even notice me unless I have a girlfriend. As weird as that sounds, you know, they don't pay much attention to me, but then they see me with somebody and all of a sudden they're like, hey, Now, when it comes to the whole dating bullshit, I'm not stressing it. You know, I'm not even worried about it right now. It'll happen when I least expect it, you know. So they say. Anyways, that's why dating in small towns sucks. Until then, this is King Cobra JFS with another video. Thank you all for watching and subscribing to my channel. And I'll catch you cool cobras on the flip side.